Hi everyone, I have 465 subscribers. I would like to shout them out. I would like to shout out Samara's Tube. Thank you for subscribing. Samara's Tube subscribed to me on December 16th, 2017. Greg Mann, thank you so much for subscribing. Greg Mann subscribed on October 6th, 2022. Michelle Garcia, thank you so much for subscribing. She subscribed on June 10th, 2022. Snake Eyes 136. Thank you so much for subscribing. Snake Eyes subscribed on March 10th, 2023. Jackson Golly, my best friend, who I love a lot. He's like a brother to me. Thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. He subscribed on July 27th, 2022. And Jackson, I used to work with at Lucky Supermarket. He's a fun guy. I love working with him. Sean Pickett, Polly, thank you so much for subscribing. Sean subscribed on May 25th, 2021. Then Jen, thank you so much for subscribing. Jen subscribed on September 3rd, 2022. Then Coco, thank you so much for subscribing, Coco. Coco subscribed on April 7th, 2023. Amy Stefan, thank you so much for subscribing. Amy subscribed on September 9th, 2019. It says, Michaela L. Thank you so much for subscribing. Michaela subscribed on June 24th, 2021. Gaming Tank, thank you so much for subscribing. Gaming subscribed on November 29th, 2022. Sky 122, thank you so much for subscribing. They subscribed on March 24th, 2014. Holland McCrae, thank you so much for subscribing. Holland, he subscribed on September 24th, 2013. Tristan Spurley, he subscribed on June 1st, 2020. Thank you so much for subscribing. Harley Morris, thank you so much for subscribing. Harley subscribed on June 28th, 2023. Kyle Menka. Kyle, thank you so much for subscribing. Kyle subscribed on October 3rd, 2022. Javarvin, the Transit Fan, he subscribed on July 21st, 2022. Thank you so much for subscribing. Taz Viking 666. Thank you so much for subscribing. They subscribed on February 24th, 2023. There's more. Rich Never Broke, thank you so much for subscribing. The date they subscribed was April 7th, 2023. Kirsten Reaper, thank you so much for subscribing. They subscribed on October 8th, 2022. Mr. Jacob Rabbit, thank you so much for subscribing. March 8th, 2015, they subscribed. Sophie Speak, thank you so much for subscribing. April 7th, 2014, at the date Sophie subscribed. Mazayam, thank you so much for subscribing. Mazayam subscribed on December 3rd, 2022. Jim Holton, thank you so much for subscribing. Jim subscribed on July 1st, 2023. Kirsten D subscribed on March 7th, 2018. Thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. Kevin Bedall, thank you so much for subscribing. Kevin Bedall subscribed on November 17th, 2022. Laura Vincent, thank you so much for subscribing. They subscribed on May 12th, 2023. The list goes on, so I'm going to keep going. Viviana Morales, thank you so much for subscribing. Viviana subscribed on February 3rd, 2021. Fred Hughes, thank you so much for subscribing. Fred is subscribed on July 16th, 2022. Beatrice McCall, thank you so much for subscribing. Beatrice subscribed on March 19th, 2023. Lauren Dreslin subscribed on May 18th, 2023. Thank you so much for subscribing. Gary Lindo, how are you doing? Thank you so much for subscribing. Gary Lindo just subscribed on August 1st, 2022. Carlos Velez, thank you so much for subscribing. Carlos subscribed on July 1st, 2023. Aaron Davis, thank you so much for subscribing. Aaron subscribed on March 28th, 2014. Thank you so much for subscribing. Matt K7MSA, thank you so much for subscribing. They subscribed on February 19th, 2023. Robert Anderson, thank you so much for subscribing, Robert Anderson. They subscribed on December 21st, 2021. Thank you so much, Anderson Sales. Thank you so much for subscribing, Anderson Sales. They subscribed on March 13th, 2023. Thank you so much. Ellen Newton, thank you so much for subscribing. They subscribed on November 13th, 2018. Valerie 81871, thank you so much for subscribing, Valerie. Valerie subscribed on June 24th, 2017. Thank you, Shareem Islam, for subscribing. I really appreciate it. Shareem subscribed on August 20th, 2022. Amon Nunn Clark subscribed on January 23rd, 2018. Thank you so much for subscribing. Vasi Kasha, thank you so much for subscribing. They subscribed on January 29th, 2021. Lisa Corbett, thank you so much for subscribing. Lisa Corbett subscribed on November 30th, 2022. Elias Rivero, thank you so much for subscribing. Elias subscribed on May 23rd, 2020. Emil Van Garmat, thank you so much for subscribing. He subscribed on May 13th, 2016. Rashad Baka, thank you so much for subscribing. I hope I pronounced that right. He subscribed on October 6th, 2022. Woody Weasel 8839, thank you so much for subscribing, Woody Weasel. They subscribed on August 24th, 2022. PM Rusty Russell, thank you so much for subscribing. They subscribed on July 5th, 2023. Thank you so much for subscribing. I'm just doing a shout out to all my subscribers. It's going to be a long video, but I wanted to shout out all you wonderful people. Andrew S., thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate it. May 15th, 2023 is the date. Andrew subscribed. Burkerton Desi, thank you so much for subscribing. Burkerton subscribed August 11th, 2022. Zalone Sanders, thank you so much for subscribing. May 11th, 2023 is the date. They subscribed. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Susie King, thank you so much for subscribing. Susie King subscribed on August 11th, 2022. Wow! Brian Will 505, thank you so much for subscribing. Brian subscribed on January 29th, 2014. Thank you so much. Oh, my buddy, Oscar Perez. I used to work with him at Lucky's. Great guy. He subscribed to me on July 27th, 2022. DJ Crisco, thank you so much for subscribing. April 13th, 2015 was the subscribing date. Shiloh Cooper Shy is on Facebook. Thank you so much for subscribing. The date subscribed was February 4th, 2023. Theus Mythize Awesome One. Thank you so much for subscribing. January 9th, 2014 was the date you subscribed. Thank you so much for subscribing. Katia Flores, my friend, thank you so much for subscribing. July 25th, 2022 was the date you subscribed. Thank you so much. Zion Brown, thank you so much for subscribing. September 9th, 2022, thank you so much. Youth Ati, thank you so much for subscribing. December 18th, 2022. Michelle Valero, thank you so much for subscribing. July 6th, 2022. Annette Vera, thank you so much for subscribing. Annette used to be one of my managers at Lucky's. Nice to have you as a subscriber, Annette. July 27th, 2022. MD Porto Rock 81, thank you so much for subscribing. February 8th, 2023. Barbara Strong, thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. November 16th, 2022. Napoleon Achas Varia, thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. January 19th, 2023. Jennifer Oldfield, thank you so much for subscribing. June 30th, 2023. Antonia Collin, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for subscribing. November 23rd, 2015. Angel of Darkness, 332. Thank you so much for subscribing. July 15th, 2023. Thank you so much for subscribing. Tony Toy, thank you so much for subscribing. May 30th, 2023. Emma Akar, 2023. Emma Akar. December 9th, 2022. And Franz Hernandez, thank you so much for subscribing. July 8th, 2023. Storm Nakora, thank you so much for subscribing. January 15th, 2023. Akinter Riva Ayavo, thank you so much for subscribing. September 11th, 2022. Alex Garcia, thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. April 7th, 2023. Rosemary CSJ, thank you so much for subscribing. July 4th, 2023. Thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate it. Renee White, thank you so much for subscribing. December 10th, 2022. And one Heathered, thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. May 3rd, 2015. I would also like to send a shout out my Aunt Doreen Holcomb. She's been a long time subscriber for a while. Thank you so much for subscribing, Auntie Doreen. I really appreciate it. If I didn't mention you, I'm sorry. That's as far as the list went. I would like to say to all my subscribers, I really appreciate you all. Thank you so much for subscribing. I know it's a long video, but I just wanted to shout out all my subscribers, and I wanted to shout out the ones I didn't mention. So if I didn't mention you, thank you so much. And let me say this. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So I love each and every one of you subscribers. You mean a lot to me. You're a part of my family. I'm so honored, blessed, and grateful that you have come to support me on this channel. Thank you so much. Just because I didn't mention you, that doesn't mean I don't love you. I love each and every one of you. I just wanted to come on to say this. Each and every one of you are a blessing on my channel. Thank you, and have a wonderful day and weekend ahead. God bless you. Jesus loves you. I love you. I appreciate you all, and bye.